the knees wide, big toes tucked behind, forehead down to the mat. And just let your sit bones get nice and heavy towards your feet, towards the floor. The forehead just sink into your mat. Feel the rhythm of your breath. Today we'll get all the sounds of life. I've got the windows open because it's finally nice enough to have them open. So go ahead and walk your hands, your forehead over to the left. Take the left hand on top of the right and just let your right sit bone sink down so you feel length all through the right side of the body. Ribs expanding, maybe even that little tug into the armpit. And then pick up, walk yourself through center, come in over to the right. Right hand on top of the left, and let your left sit bone get nice and heavy. Just notice from one side to the other, right? Like as I'm sitting here, like, oh, left side needs a little more love. Come back through center. Make your way up onto hands and knees. Finding a little tabletop position. And then as you're here, a few cat-cows. On an inhale, let the heart float through, the navel drops, and then on your exhale, just really pushing the mat away, arcing the back, gazing towards the belly, and just move back and forth with your breath. One more round. And then as you settle into center, start to move into down dog. So making your way, maybe that little movement, pedaling through the heels, letting the knees bend a bit, and swinging around. Taking this time when we first start this practice to see how you showed up today. This moment, this breath, it'll vary from day to day and sometimes even from one pose to the next. So just allowing yourself to explore the space, allowing your mind to be a little curious about the physical sensations, the mental dialogue, the emotions that's come up in each pose. And taking your left leg, reach it up to the sky, turn your hip up, bend the knee, press the sole of the foot over. Just bringing some length in your body. And then let the left hip drop in. So nice and long through the left leg. Really active, feeling the internal rotation of the left thigh. Have the femur nice and supported in the hip socket. And then bring the knee in. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Hold this for a breath or two. Really just letting the back body arc up. Drawing in through the core and the left hip flexor. And then set your left foot to the top. Nice and long through your right leg. Both feet pretty firm, and then that little squeeze together to find your length. Leaving the right hand connected. Take the left hand, reach it up. And then just explore some length in the body. Press back through your right heel and get longer through the torso, reaching through the crown of the head so that you stay nice and open through the spine as you twist. One more full breath in. And then release the left hand down, bringing your right knee down to the mat, coming into the right hip flexor. Just hips sink down and forward, and maybe arms will reach up. Maybe take a little lay back. And then coming back through center. Straighten through your left leg, fold over the left thigh. Your sole of the foot connected or lifting the toes up. It'll change where you feel it in the leg. And then walk the hands forward, curling your right toes under, step yourself back, down dog. Come forward, high push up, lower yourself all the way down. Heart's gonna come through, little baby cobra. Hands pretty firm into the mat, let the shoulders come together onto the back. Heart reaches forward, and gaze is just softly out in front of you, so try not to crank the neck up too high. One more full breath in. And then exhale, release down, press up and back, down dog. Take your right leg, reach it up to the sky, turn your hip up, bend the knee. So the foot presses over, just about finding length through the right side. And then taking the right leg long, let your hip drop in, and flex through the right foot. With intent, right knee comes in, holding this space, let the back body round, really draw in through the core. And then setting right foot to the top, low lunge. Nice and long through your left leg. That little squeeze of the feet together, if that works for you, so you can really tap into adductors in the deeper core, drawing from the base of the perineum up. Leaving your left hand connected, right arm reaches up, find your twist. One more full breath in. And then release right hand down to the mat. Left knee's going to come down. Hands up onto the right knee, sinking down and forward. And again, you're welcome to stay right here or add any arm variation or back bend to add depth to the pose as fits your body today, this moment, this breath. And then coming back through. Hands down to the mat. Straighten through your right leg. Playing with where you would like the foot to be. Maybe you keep it connected, coming across the top of the foot into the shin, or lifting the toes where it comes more into the back of the leg and the hamstring. Walk the hands forward. Excuse me, curl your left toes under, step yourself back, down dog. Come forward to a high push-up, and then lower all the way down. Heart will come through. One more cobra pose. And you're always welcome to stay with cobra throughout the practice, right? If that's better for you than up dog. One more full breath in. And then exhale. Release, press up and back, down dog. Full breath in, and a full exhale. Full breath in, and a full exhale. One more, nice and full, in and out. Take the gaze to your hands, step to the top. Inhale halfway, exhale folds. Inhale rise, sweep all the way up. Exhale fold into Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift, stepping yourself back, down dog. Come forward to a high push-up, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Full breath in. And a full exhale. Full breath in. And a full exhale. One more, nice and full. In. And out. Gaze to the hands. Step to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise, sweep up top. Exhale, fold into Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back, down dog. Come forward to a high push-up. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Full breath in, and a full exhale. Full breath in, and a full exhale. One more, nice and full, in and out. Gaze to the hands, step to the top. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. And the knees now, sit back, chair pose, Uttanasana. Let yourself sink back, weight into the heels, but the whole sole of the foot is connected. And then really tap in to the center of your body, drawing in your ribs, drawing the sit bones together, heart floating up. Full breath in, and exhale, fold into Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift, plant the hands, step yourself back, down dog. Take your left leg, reach it long, and then step through, leaving your right heel lifted, crescent lunge. So feet about hip width distance apart. And you're standing pretty firm into the left foot. Press it down. You feel the activation through the left leg and into the glute a bit. And then as you press back through your right heel, Just make sure you stay a little soft in the right knee. Maybe that little squeeze of the feet together. So turn on a bit more through the adductors and through that deeper core engagement of your body. Full breath in, and then open, warrior two. So as you settle into warrior two, it's a little longer stance. External rotation of the hips gives you that space. And then notice what's going on through the upper body. So you have legs working for you, but organized through your core, lifting up through the heart. To be nice and active and supported all the way through, from toes through the crown of the head. Flip your front palm, lay back, reverse. And then come through to a side angle. So you can bring left arm onto the thigh, right arm reaching up to the sky. If sinking in deeper is available for you, catching hold of your ankle or the floor or a block, you're welcome to come in a little deeper. Just stay nice and long and open through the torso, reaching through your heart and the crown of the head. One more full breath in. And exhale, bring both hands down, step yourself back, down dog. Come forward to a high push-up. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, back, down dog. Taking your right leg, reach it nice and long. Stepping the right foot through. Left leg log. Come on up. You know, the day that I decide to leave the windows open, all the trucks decide they're driving down my little residential street. So same as before, just the other side, right? So as you step into your right foot, feel the engagement, let it be nice and strong. Maybe the squeeze of the feet together so you find a little more lift and activation through the center of your body. And through all of it, just noticing the rhythm of your breath, letting that be nice and long and fluid. And at any point in time, if it starts to get away, it feels restricted or fast, let yourself come back to a longer breath. And that may be the indicator to back out, to modify a bit. Take a full breath in. And then open, warrior two. Just let yourself find your length as you sink in. Make sure that you can see your right big toe. So your knee should track like that second and third toe. Flip your front palm, lay back, reverse, reach up and out. And then coming into your side angle again. So right forearm onto right thigh, left arm reaching up to the sky, maybe sinking in a little deeper, and it can vary from side to side. So if there is more space on the side, let yourself go there. One more full breath in. And a full exhale. Bringing the hands down to the mat. Step yourself back. Down dog. Come forward. High to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Down dog. Full breath in. And a full exhale. Full breath in. And a full exhale. One more, nice and full. In and out. Take the gaze to your hands. Step to the top. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Sit back, chair pose, Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift. Plant the hands, step yourself back, down dog. Left leg is going to reach long. Step the left foot through, come up, crescent lunge. On your exhale, open, warrior two. Flip your front palm, lay back, reverse. Come through to your side angle, full breath in, and a full exhale. Both hands down to the mat, stepping yourself back, down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Take your right leg, reach it long. Step your right foot through. Come up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Come through side angle, staying high or sinking in a little deeper. Full breath in. Full exhale. Both hands down to the mat. Step back, down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Full breath in. And a full exhale. Full breath in. And a full exhale. One more, nice and full. In and out. Gaze to your hands. Step or flutes. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. One more time through. Bend the knees. Sit back. Chair pose. Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift. Plant the hands. Step yourself back. Down dog. Take the left leg, reach it long. Step through as you come up. Crescent lunge. Exhale, open, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Side angle. Full breath in. Full exhale. Both hands down, step back, down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Right leg reaches long. Step the right foot through. Come up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open, warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. Come through side angle. Full breath in. Full exhale. Hands down to the mat. Step back, down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Full breath in. Full exhale. Full breath in. And a full exhale. One more, nice and full. In and out. Gaze to the hands. Come to the top. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Sit back, chair pose. Utkatasana. Now come over the thighs. So sink in nice and deep, like a power chair here, reaching nice and long out in front of you. And then keeping that length, taking your twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. The shoulders come away from the ears. Continue to draw length from tailbone through the crown of the head. One more full breath in and a full exhale. Inhale back into chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Toe heel your feet, finding a ragdoll of your choice. I always like to interlace fingertips and get that extra shoulder love. And the arms come up and off the back. Go ahead and release. Toe heel the feet together. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. Nice and long over the thighs, reaching and then twisting. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Full breath in, and a full exhale. Inhale back into chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Toe heel the feet, take them a little wider this time and bend the knees, let yourself sink back into a little Hindi squat. So if sinking really low is too much on the knees, you can always stay higher here, more of like, that football squat, sinking the sit bones back. One more full breath in and a full exhale. Release the hands down. Sit bones come back up, toe heel the feet back together. And then bring yourself all the way up to stand. And as you find your way here, root in with your left foot, right toes where you meet. We're going into tree pose so they can stay connected to the mat, up onto the shin, or up into inner thigh, hands to heart center. Your mind's eye, just envision everything drawing in towards the center of your spine and lifting up through the crown of the head. And then nice and slow, Start to bring the arms up overhead, releasing your right knee out in front of you so the hips drop in pretty square. You can extend the leg long or keep the knee bent, just stay tall, right? Try not to drop back, like tend to lean back to try to get more height. Now, either bringing hands in towards the heart or leaving the arms long, you can bring the right knee back in and send it behind you as you come into Warrior 3, letting the hips drop square to the mat. Hands in towards the heart takes a little bit of the pressure off the back, or hands onto blocks if you're working just the lower half of Warrior 3. All right, nice and slow, back through, right knee out in front. Bringing the right foot back onto the left leg wherever it lands. Hands in towards the heart. And release. Oh, okay. Right foot roots in. Left toe is where you need, connected to the mat, up onto the shin, up into inner thigh. Hands to heart center, and then once again, just finding length, visualizing everything drawing together through the spine and up through the crown of the head. Maybe even visualizing the colors of the chakras as you go there, right? So you'd start with red at the base of the spine, moving into orange and yellow and green, and then like the color of the sea, that deep indigo color, and then purple or white coming out of the crown of the head. All right, take the arms, reach them up overhead, releasing the left knee out in front of you, hip drops in so you stay nice and square, and then extend the left leg long if that's there for you. You can always leave the knee bent. Keep reaching up through the heart, nice and strong through the center of your body. Now, bringing the left knee in, start to send the left leg behind you, Warrior 3. As you drop in, running parallel to the mat, to your floor. Nice and slow, back through, left knee out in front. Finding your way back into tree, left foot lands onto the right leg, hands back in towards the heart, and release. All right, top of the mat, arms sweep up, full breath in. Exhale, fold into. Inhale to a halfway lift, heart reaches. Step yourself back, down dog. Take your left leg, reach it nice and long. Step through as you come up, crescent lunge. And now twisting and crescent. So you want to get nice and long over your left thigh. And then twist, bringing your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Using your elbow and knee as levers, those little points, to help press, engage, and then open. That helps you stack shoulders and spin a little bit more. Come back through center. Arms are going to reach up, open into Warrior 2. Now straighten through your left leg, and you're going to turn the toes out, heels in, Arms reach up, so that star pose, standing nice and strong and long. And then give a bend to the knees, so letting yourself sink into a little goddess pose. One more full breath in. And a full exhale. Bring yourself all the way up to stand. Turning yourself back into warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse. And hands to the mat. Step back, down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Right leg's gonna reach nice and long. Step the right foot through. Coming up, crescent lunge. And then from here, come long over your right thigh. Then twisting, left elbow to the outside of the right knee, or left hand can always come down inside the right foot. Wherever you land, just get as long as you can from tailbone through the crown of the head. One more full breath in. And a full exhale. Inhale. Wobbly coming up. Open up. Warrior two. Straighten through the right leg. Now you're going to turn your heels in, toes out. Arms can reach up overhead as you give a bend into the knees. Let yourself sink into goddess once again. Really engage through your core. Draw your ribs in, heart floats up. One more full breath in. Full exhale. Bring yourself back up to stand. Turning your right toes forward, warrior two. Flip your front palm, lay back, reverse. And hands down to the mat. Step yourself back, down dog. Come forward, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Full breath in. And a full exhale. Bring yourself onto your knees. Move into a little camel pose. So either toes curled under or feet flat. Hands are going to come just under the sit bones. Get nice and active in the legs. And if you have a block, you can always bring it between the thighs. That helps to keep the engagement there. Shoulders are going to come together. Really start to float up through the heart. I always like to let the chin drop in to set the cervical spine. Gaze starts to drop back, heart starts to float up. Stay active through the legs and find your camel pose, Ustrasana. Slow, come up. Maybe leave the toes curled under, sit back into hero's pose. Palms can face up, eyes can close, just opening up through the soles of the feet. Come come back up. One more camel. Toes can stay curled under or feet can come flat. Bring the hands just under the sit bones. Nice and active through the legs. Shoulders come together. Gaze starts to come up. Heart floats up. Stay pressing in the legs, keeping them pressing forward as you lay back. And then nice and slow back up, and you can release the toes now, sitting back onto the feet or a block in between if you need that, if that's too much on the knees, just coming across the top of the foot now. You're welcome to stay here if you have a little extra and you want to start to float back, lift the knees up. All right, go ahead and just swing the legs around. Find your way onto your back. So we're going to take 2 back bends. You can make them both bridge. You can do one bridge, one wheel. You can do both wheels. You can say, I've had enough back bends, and bring the soles of the feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana. So you decide what you need. I'm going to start with bridge first, pressing in with the feet, starting to float the hips up, interlacing my fingers under my body, and my shoulders rock in, and really finding the legs nice and active. Gaze stays up. Full breath in. And exhale, lower, come all the way down. Inhale. And a full exhale. Coming back into bridge pose or setting up for wheel if you would like. Hands just at side of the shoulders. If you're going into wheel, otherwise pressing in, interlacing fingertips under the body for a bridge. Bring yourself up. And then nice and slow down. Soles of the feet together, knees fall open, Supta Baddha Konasana. You can always rest one hand on the heart and one on the belly as you let the eyes close. And feel the energy rush after this pose. Whenever we take back bends, it's opening up through the spinal column where all of our nerves originate. And so when we open up, that gives that little tug, and that stimulates all this energy in the body. The knees come together, bring them in towards the heart, little squeeze. And then, as always, a little happy baby. Just love this one for the release in my low back and into the hamstrings and inner thighs a bit as well. Right, releasing the feet. Take the legs, reach them up to the sky. You're going to interlace fingertips behind the head, lifting head and shoulders. Now I know some of you, like these leg lifts is too much onto the back, and so if you need to bend the knees and go this way, you can bend the knees. You can do one leg at a time, right? So just fitting it into the way that best supports you. Lifting the heart up, really floating, drawing in through center. Go ahead and lower down and come back to the top. 1, 2, that's what Grace thinks of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Give yourself a little squeeze. All right, crossing the right leg over the left, a little upside down cow face. Squeeze the knees in, flex through the feet. You can grab hold of the feet with your hands. And the more you draw in, the tighter little ball you make, the deeper the sensation. So you decide what makes sense in your body today. Notice where you add on to, right? Like in this pose, I initially could feel like the clenching of the jaw and the face and the shoulders starting to round up, and so letting go in those spots. Send your awareness deep into the right hip and be curious about the tugging sensation. What kind of quality does it have? Is it cold? Is it hot? Does it feel a little deep and dull, or maybe a little more sharp? These little indicators, pay attention, right? So we can slow down and really pay attention to what's going on in this practice so that we can start to utilize those tools throughout our day. So that maybe we can remember when things start to move really fast and we fall into those repetitive patterns of what we've always done. Maybe we can drop into a moment of awareness and realize that maybe for now you can step away and breathe and start to understand if whatever that is in front of you that's causing you to move really fast, does it support you or does it not? Go ahead and release. Take your feet to the outer edges of the mat, that little windshield wiper of the knees, back and forth. And then we're going to move on to the other side. So left leg is going to cross over. Reach down, catch hold of the feet. Let yourself squeeze in. As I said at the beginning of the practice, right, that these windows open so there's all the sounds of the world outside, and sometimes we use that as our distraction, even in this practice, right? As I'm here and I'm drawing in and I'm aware of the sensation in my left hip, I think, oh, I wonder what they're building, right? You know? And so bringing yourself back into this space, There's a great book out there called Meditation in the New York Minute. And that in that book, it helps talk about, we always think like in a meditation practice, in our yoga practice, that everything should be perfect. We should have this perfect little setup. We'll be nice and quiet. There'll be no distractions. But that's not life, and that's not our reality. And so for as much as we can try to set up the stage for that, there will always be those little things that pop up, either externally or within, that we need to give a little attention to, or realize that it's not important right now and let it go. And then go ahead and release. Little windshield wiper of the knees back and forth. And then any one last little thing, that little squeeze in, or if you'd like a little twist, I'm gonna take a few breaths over to the left here. And then move over to the right. Back to center one last time, and moving into Shavasana, final rest. So letting the legs come out long, arms rest out to the side. Let your eyes close and see if you can't let yourself sink into the space, even if it's just for a few breaths. Start to deepen your breath. Bring a little movement back into your fingers and into your toes. Reaching the arms nice and long overhead and legs nice and long out in front of you. Just welcoming some length back in. And then when it feels right, letting your knees find their way in towards your heart and onto your side body. Your eyes closed, bringing yourself up to a seated position, hands resting at heart center. Draw a nice full breath in and a full exhale. Full breath in and a full exhale. Inhaling, drawing your thumb knuckles up to your forehead, elbows wide, huge smile on your face and light in your hearts. Inhale. Exhale, bow forward. Namaste. Thank you.